Hey.
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 Welcome to episode, what episode is this?
49.
49. Oh, we're coming up on 50. Episode 49.
This is-
Dangerously Strange podcast.
Yeah, this is 49.
Are you going to do
Took us
anything
almost-
special for the golden episode?
I don't know. I mean, things are kind of starting to open up. Maybe we can, record inside of a facility.
Probably not. Next Monday? I don't think so.
The gyms are opening up. I'm probably going to put my toe in that water. Pretty excited about that. Does that make you nervous?
You're still going to wear a mask.
Yeah, you gotta wear a mask.
You're fine.
It's going to be a waterboarding sort of situation, I imagine. Once I get to sweating, but I'm excited. I'm ready. I don't really care that much about viral infection at this point.
Sure.
I'm getting too fat, and I need to do things to work against that.
Yeah. Did you schedule your vaccine?
No, I went on the website and tried, but Stockton and surrounding areas, it just shows fully booked. It doesn't even show like a date
Right.
down the line or anything. So
Right.
I'm not too worried about it, though. I haven't been like super planning to get it right away anyways.
That's all.
I mean, I'll get it when I can get it, but I'm not like about to wait in line for extras or anything of that nature. I'm just I'll get it when I can get it.
I feel you.
I was hoping I could just wait until I get in my doctor's office, but that's probably going to be,
I think that's a while yet.
that's a ways down the line. So they say everybody, or most folks that are going to be eligible to get it will be eligible by like next month, the end of next month.
Yeah. Well, that's mandated, right? Was it the president?
Yeah.
President said, Sleepy Joe.
I feel like he died a week ago. Have you seen him talk publicly since his first week of election?
Bro, I'm going to be honest. Like, I was on the Joe Biden team because I had to be at the end.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a choice but to be on the Joe Biden team.
We're 2.5 minutes in. We got into politics already.
I'm the opposite of getting into politics.
Dangerously Strange. We talk about politics and COVID and race things. George's Proud Boy.
I am not a Proud Boy, as y'all know, despite whatever weird videos Ben puts on the Instagram.
Check it out, though. Shoot it a like.
I really haven't paid any attention after once he was elected.
Right, because you don't have to.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about that after
It's
that.
inevitably
There's nothing that I can do about that anymore until next time there's an election.
Yeah.
Like next time we can get him out, right, and get a better Democrat in there.
Anybody that has listened to this show to get any sort of political news, or
you're getting it late for one.
You're getting it late for one, and second of all, we just really didn't like Donald. We didn't like the Don,
right?
And we're happy to be back in the position. At least I'm happy to be back in the position of a passive, lazy American that doesn't pay too close of attention.
Right.
Yeah.
The best option got in of the two that were available.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can relax for a little while.
It's going to be what it's going to be for the next 4 years.
Right.
So
the point is, we don't have to compulsively check the news when we wake up every day to make sure that we're not
in a war.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's really.
I mean, what didn't Joe Biden drop?
That's not a war. That's not a war. That's just us punking smaller Middle Eastern.
No big deal.
No, I mean, it's like flicking.
It's not. It's not like it's Korea.
Right.
It's not like it's China. China's who we got to watch out for. China, Russia, right?
Uh-huh. Russia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I heard they tampered with the votes.
Russia? I mean, they be tampering.
But yeah, if he died, I might not find out for a few days for how much I pay attention to what's happening with him.
Yeah,
Joe
I mean,
Biden.
The only reason I'd find out is I'd probably get push notification from somewhere.
Well, sure, Twitter's going to pop up and say, important news for you, and this time it's not going to be like a Mashable link telling me that the iPhone mini production is getting halted. It's going to be that the president is dead.
So it'd be Queen Kamala. I haven't heard anything from her.
I think she ordered that strike on Syria or whatever.
That's on brand.
Yeah.
She's like, are they dark over there? I don't know.
Yeah.
Knock them out.
What my only political commentary so far on the internet since they started this up has been like, she did a post about, you know, trying to get people the stimulus or whatever, and I was like, yeah, what about those? What about those nukes you dropped or whatever?
She's like, take your check and leave.
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah, it was fine. It was, you know, it's good.
Did you get your stimulus yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I checked on the site. I should be getting mine this week.
I checked on the site and they said, listen, you're a goddamn human leech. We don't like your kind. We're not giving you any money. Go back to whatever hole you crawled up out of.
It's like, where are you going to go back to?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Pretty stoked about getting mine. So call me a human leech all you want. $1 bills, y'all.
I want Andrew Yang for president so that I would be getting my money.
He's about to be busy. He's going to be doing New York thing.
Is he going to give me my money?
I mean, he wants to.
Yeah.
Tubbs gave money. Did you?
He gave money to felons. Tubbs did not. Like, that whole thing was a fucking scam for publicity for Tubbs. Like, that's all.
Yeah. He's got, it's no secret that guy's just got political.
He made a documentary on HBO about himself.
Right. Probably self-funded. It's all good, though. Let's get off of politics. This is doo-doo.
Ugh.
This is the smallest bottle of water.
Actually.
Check these out.
Oh, that's cute.
Look at it. Isn't it cute?
Wow, that's
I
not
like
going to hydrate you, though.
Proportional. It's instead of being all short and squat.
It looks more like a regular bottle of water.
It's just miniaturized.
Okay.
Not shortened, but the whole way.
Do you guys
around.
not actually want to be hydrated, the two of you? They make bigger bottles. They make such.
Those are for my mom.
Oh, okay. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you not want her to be hydrated, or she can't lift a regular size bottle.
Yeah, it's hard for her to drink out of a full size bottle, and also she's not supposed to drink a ton of water. She's supposed to stay hydrated, but she has to watch her fluids.
Gotcha.
And she already drinks 4 cups of coffee a day.
Yeah,
mostly decaf.
Me too now.
But
I detox off of caffeine for an entire week, which isn't that big of a deal.
It's not full.
No,
even.
that is a big deal. That's a big deal
for me.
For you,
I can't go after day.
I'm sure that's not a full detox.
I don't think it cleansed you of the caffeine in your body.
No, but I did get on the other side of the worst of the symptoms.
Sure.
Which was nice.
I can't get past the worst of the symptoms longer than 12 hours.
Yeah,
so
I've gotten.
You're my hero right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you said 15 years since you didn't drink coffee for a day last week, I think.
Some form of.
Wow.
And I was thinking about it when I was doing the editing on that episode. I think it might be 20 years for me. I started drinking caffeinated beverages when I was 13 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember high school no-dos?
Yeah.
Time?
Oh my.
You know what's hella funny? They keep putting up ads on my Instagram that are I think I've made this joke already, but I used to sell people no-dos.
Yeah.
For $2 a pill, right? Yeah. And now it's get a bottle for $2.
Well,
on the internet.
You've been a businessman for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was hustling.
Yeah. I remember back in the,
I think I was only paying $5 a bottle.
I probably would have been taller if I hadn't fucked around with no-dos and Red Bull and all that shit. That was the heyday.
Well, you're welcome then. I made it so that you could fit through doors.
Appreciate you.
That shit gave me palpitations. I couldn't take it.
It probably did for us too.
We liked that.
Well, I have a heart murmur, so I can't fuck around.
Handfuls.
No.
Not handfuls, but more than the recommended dosage by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then energy drinks, and I didn't even start drinking
energy
coffee.
drinks came into my life, and that was...
I didn't even start drinking coffee like a regular person until I was in my 20s. It was like all energy drinks and shit. And then I was like, oh, this is
and a
kind of a nice change
frappuccino
of pace.
now and then. Frappuccino was the closest thing to regular coffee.
The only reason I started drinking coffee is because it paired well with a cigarette.
Oh, ooh,
like, me and...
I'm coming up on 3 months no cigarettes.
Good job, baby.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I had cigarettes this weekend, actually.
I had shared one of those videos, or I had Alicia watch one of those videos, like those earlier compilation videos you were making from Marco.
Yeah.
That there was one where I had my pink hair that was like fading out, and I'm in the car, and my hair's like wild over this way, and I've got a like full cigarette hanging out my mouth, and I'm like, talking, and I was like, hey,
looking all suave.
Yeah, I was like, hey, damn, I look good with a cigarette hanging out of my mouth. Like, that's so me for the last 10 years,
it took me a while getting used to when we reconnected and started doing this, because you didn't smoke cigarettes back in
like I just started right after we last had really hung out.
Smoking weed or anything, like you never did that around me.
I was a square at that time.
So like
I wasn't even not around you. I just didn't at that time.
Yeah, I remember like when I first came over here for maybe episode 1 even, it was just like, I was like, do you smoke cigarettes? Because I could go for one. And you're like, yeah, I smoke the shit out of cigarettes.
I smoke like 1,000 cigarettes a day,
and I was like, okay, cool, let's do that together then.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Is your eventual goal to kick nicotine, or you just don't want to smoke?
I think I might try and go all the way no nicotine.
Are you trending that way right now?
No. I'm dealing with too much stuff in my life.
Well, I mean, they say nicotine is like good for your brain.
I get a boost from it. I enjoy what it does to me, and now I'm doing less of the cancery shit, if any. Right. I might get some kind of popcorn lung or something from the vape.
Tobacco-less.
But yeah, I'm not ingesting tobacco plant matter.
So where does nicotine come from?
I think most of the nicotine that you get out of vape comes from gourds.
Gourds. Just any gourd?
Probably not any gourd.
I'd be interested in that. I thought it was like a tobacco exclusive chemical.
No, lots of plants make tobacco.
Oh.
I mean, sorry. Lots of plants make nicotine.
Interesting.
Tobacco just happens to make it in a nicely palatable quantity, right? Like an amount that's
tolerable,
feels good to ingest
without making you sick,
or with it not being too little.
No.
Is vape still a tobacco product?
There is vape. There is
probably extracted
nicotine
from tobacco somehow.
It's nicotine concentrate that they use, like liquid nicotine concentrate. So that can be harvested from a lot of different things. And I've heard something about gourds.
Have you ever tried any of the other delivery methods, the spray or the gum or any of that shit?
We've talked about on here. I got some of that Lucy gum, the Chew and Park, I hear a lot of ads for that. Sure. And it was fine. I don't like mouth tobacco.
Yeah.
So spray and gum are both not great for me. I imagine if I was a dipper, then that would be an ideal thing, right? It's, that Chew and Park, which I've been seeing advertisements for that stuff that are like, I take Lucy to get a boost when I'm really trying to power through my afternoon.
Yeah, they market it as like energy supplement.
Yeah, they're marketing as like a.
Well, I mean,
it's beneficial, which, like you're saying, it does good things for your brain, but it just seems weird to be hearing like overly positive advertisements for nicotine of any kind because of how negative we've been portraying tobacco, which is our only, like you're saying, like the the literal plant matter tobacco that's giving everybody cancer for the last 50 years, 100 years,
right,
is like the main thing we associate with tobacco, with nicotine.
We, you and I, our generation.
You and I, right. So now for there to be this new way to consume nicotine that's supposedly not going to give you cancer, like new ways to consume nicotine that aren't going to give you cancer, and then now like advertising nicotine as in like a hot drug that you can take that'll make you feel a good way,
right,
seems weird and backwards to me.
Well,
because we just got rid of like all of that 15 years ago. Like no more billboards,
we
no
saw
more.
This happen with weed, right? I mean, it was.
I guess that's true.
Weed's a drug, a street drug or whatever. And then
I didn't pick my little brother up from soccer practice because I was high on marijuana. Now my mom's disappointed in me.
That's probably the most accurate one.
Yes, that's
pretty like, I forgot because I was watching cartoons or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it was like it was that, and then it was medical, which was like hard for everybody to wrap their head around. And they're like, medical, that sounds janky.
Yeah.
And then I just heard something on, I want to say the radio, but it was probably a podcast the other day that was like a super positive, just like, I got my purple vape, and it helps me decompress after my day at work. So go to www.purplelerplerpa.com and, you know, whatever. It was like, it was just like an ad for Budweiser or something, but with a...
Was it a CBD?
No, it was a regular... weed, THC. There's tons of CBD ones too. There's like
I see a lot of CBD ones,
shit, and all that. Where it's like it tastes like and smells like real weed, and I'm like, that's the thing I don't like about weed. Doesn't get you high. Oh, that's strike 3. Okay. Well, thanks anyways. It's a troll.
But I mean, there is legit medical.
Sure,
benefit to it.
The whole shit around most of these compounds that have been illegal for so long is that they've been illegal, so they can't be studied.
Right.
So we're having all this anecdotal people being like, "Yeah, it helps my anxiety." And we're like, "Whatever, druggie." And then now, literally everyone that partakes is like, yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's what I used to think.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in the Midwest, so drugs are bad. Drugs are bad, and pot is a gateway drug, and go ahead and smoke if you want to end up a drug addict in however many years,
right.
you know.
Same.
And that's how I grew up my whole life. And then, you know, we moved out to California, and suddenly I know everybody who's smoking, and I'm going, well, you're not a drug addict. And then, you know, when my doctor, who is in my social circle, is smoking, I'm going, I could smoke with my doctor.
Right, dude. There's something that happens. If she's
telling me that, hey, this could really help your pain condition, it does. And I haven't taken a Xanax in years.
Right.
Like, it's a miracle drug in my opinion. I haven't taken opioid.
Real quick, we're 18 and a half minutes in. I don't think we said your name.
Oh.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Alicia.
Hi. Welcome our guest for the day. This is Alicia, and we're talking about compounds.
Yeah.
And their wonderful effects on people. Not necessarily us, because we're all straight and narrow. We do everything. Anybody here that's got a job and pays taxes. But, you know, yeah.
Well,
but like everything is progressing in a way that is pretty cool, and it's good to be in California for now, at least. Well, there's talk about, you know, psilocybin being next in line and all these different things that are like way less addictive than opioids and regular antidepressants and all this other stuff that's out there. And it's like, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you at least look into it? And whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of my rope there.
The future is drugs.
I think have you seen or heard about this guy, Carl Hart, at all? He's like a
wrestler?
No, he's a professor. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what institution he works at, but he's basically an academic that specializes in drug use and compounds and social implications and all that. And he openly has been like in the media recently talking about how he uses all kinds of drugs freely, and to include meth and heroin. Like, and he's just like, I think he wrote a book that's something like Drugs for Adults or something like that. And he's like a regular, accomplished person who, if you see him, you would, I mean, he looks a little
okay,
hippie.
but like
his whole stance is just like, it's not the addictive nature of the compounds that gets people into trouble. It's their, pitfalls in life.
Right, but so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's fine for him to take meth, but that doesn't mean that
I'm not advocating.
Jimmy Bob around the corner isn't going to take meth and be like, "Yeah, buddy, it's meth time now, forever until he's dead."
No, but also yes, like this isn't me. This is like his stance in a nutshell. Is basically like it shouldn't be illegal. It should be people can choose, and like there's going to be people that fuck it up, just like driving, just like people drink too much and drive or whatever. It's the same difference. It's like it should be, these compounds should be available for people to use to help them enhance their lives or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they fuck it up, that's that's on them, personal responsibility or whatever.
Freedom,
right? So it's just an interesting take. I'm not trying to snort heroin after a long day at work, but to each their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think part of that is like they want people to live.
Nobody's going to overdose on weed.
Weed,
and that's why it's legal.
Right.
Yeah, but that's alcohol makes sense. Alcohol is way more toxic than weed.
I agree.
Sure.
And it's been legal for a million. So. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you can walk down to the store right now, you can buy a fifth of whiskey. You can chug it if, you could physically.
You can get alcohol delivered to you now.
You can get alcohol delivered to you. And you can just
house.
Go to the park and do whatever your brain tells you to do at that point, which probably won't work out well for you, but it's totally legal up until something happens.
Sure.
Or you could go, according to this guy, and snort a line of heroin and pass out in the park for 10 hours.
That's what I'm like. Yeah.
It causes way less trouble.
Your back, and then it rains and you drown. Like,
But you could pass out and drown in the park on whiskey as well.
True.
So that's the only, that's the comparison.
Yeah.
I don't know. This isn't my shit.
I'm with you. I'm with it. I get the alcohol. I'm with it on the alcohol thing. I'm not an alcohol man.
Yeah, but the point is that substance is out there. It's legal. It's up to folks.
But there's some substances that aren't going to make your life bad. No matter if you... I mean, matter if you abuse them, but I'm saying like weed.
I've seen
you gotta weed is not your problem if your life goes bad, right? But heroin can be the problem and why your life goes bad.
Well, I think you can definitely lean on any substance.
There's also the argument to be made that if your life weren't bad already, would you have even gone down that road?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, but what if they tell you can do it?
That's easy to hear, but it's hard to believe when you're in a perpetual cycle.
Right, and then when
which a lot
all
of
this other stuff is attached to it, like shame and
guilt
the law,
and,
getting in trouble instead of getting help. You know what I mean? If you get caught with drugs in your car.
In a lot of these places where these meth heads live, it is a perpetual cycle of just... I mean, like when we listen to Shit Town.
Right.
You're trapped in this cycle.
By the way, Adderall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Meth.
Yeah.
So think of it through those terms of you just don't get dirty meth from some guy on a corner. You get lab tested,
right?
Blah, blah, dosed out meth.
All right. We're going to take a quick break because we got meth to do, I guess. We're going to go do some meth. Ben's talking too much about meth, so I'll be right back.
Got me jonesing.
Listen in on the quirky conversations between a woman with opinions, convictions, and energy, and her man-child of a husband who brings it together with banter and the not-so-occasional moderately inappropriate response. Mama and the Man-Child, featuring Ben and Becky, is now available at dangerouslystrange.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Meth. All right. We're back. Zzz.
Just kidding. We don't do meth.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Most of them.
We didn't do any drugs, actually. Well, I did some nicotine.
Yeah. I drank some caffeine.
Uh-huh.
Me, straight Stockton oxygen.
Ooh, if you had been here earlier today, you would have been getting some good, burnt plastic smell out there.
Yeah?
Harsh.
The homeless starting fires again, or what's going on?
Yeah, it might have been. It's hard to say with burnt plastic. It travels.
That's true.
It's a sticky scent.
Yeah, I haven't seen a gigantic campfire in some time. I was seeing them weekly for a while.
Yeah.
Driving to work in the morning, and there's just just like a building. Just like a whole building on fire.
Right.
Oh.
Weekly.
To keep somebody warm.
Their house caught on fire.
Well, it was like a factory or something.
It's their house.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's their neighbors, probably.
It's a whole complex.
Yeah. Man, it's not the best thing to see every day. Coming off of the 4 to I-5 on-ramp and just seeing tents on either side.
There's a whole little city down there again.
It's bonkers, and it's growing. It's I don't think the police can get down there.
I think they have a thriving fish market that's helping stimulate the tent city economy.
Oh.
Why else would it be on the river like that?
No, I mean that's solid move to be next to fresh water.
Yeah.
Is it fresh water?
I don't know how fresh that water is.
Yeah, it's probably good.
I just assumed that they were fisher. It was a fisherman culture.
Maybe.
Oh, my mind went to just it's hard to get down there, so they don't get messed with.
I think it's multiple factors.
Yeah, they're probably all right.
I think I'm probably the least right.
Probably.
I mean, it's a good plan. That I often brag about my prospective ability to survive as a homeless person in Stockton. If it were to happen, I think I would do well.
Yeah. If anything, you'd probably get superpowers from the eating all those fish.
Even as a homeless man, I wouldn't.
You still wouldn't eat fish even if you're homeless.
Pass.
Wow.
Beggars can be choosers.
Really anti.
What's the one seafood you eat? None. You're a fully seafood vegan.
Yeah, hardcore seafood vegan.
Okay.
I mean, I'll
Not
eat
even shrimp though.
Shrimp is water bugs.
That's true.
Sure, it's the cockroach of the ocean.
Oh.
But I don't know. Everybody who I know who doesn't like seafood still likes shrimp.
Your friends that you're referring to, they just like fried breading is what it is.
Yeah, it's fried. Sure. It's the fried aspect.
They like fried breading and butter. And
Scampi?
Pass. I've been having this conversation with every seafood head my whole life.
Most of your life, sure.
Everybody tells me that if I cooked it, or let me take you to this place and I bet you I'll change your... Have you tried sushi? Yeah, I've tried it all. I've never been pleased about it. I've had to break so many people's hearts, hurt so many feelings over the years. Just don't. I will say there was one time where I enjoyed about 2 bites of I think it was walleye or something at Steppy's wedding.
Okay.
But then
they serve walleye?
Well, it was steak and walleye.
Okay.
Just like that, big old thick chunks.
Yeah.
I had a couple bites of it and I was like, hey, this is pretty good. And then on the 3rd bite, I was like, oh, it's fish. I got to where the seasoning didn't get to the penetrate anymore. And I was like, no good.
It's fishy.
Yeah. So.
Should try a tuna patty.
Pass. You're doing the thing.
It's pretty good though. It's mostly breading.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
like meatloaf made out of tuna, and you eat it. You fry it like a burger.
Completely.
It doesn't taste.
No, it's mostly
fishy.
It's mostly bread and seasoning. It's mostly breadcrumbs and seasoning.
It's grits. It's eggs.
I'm confident in that I have enough data points throughout my life.
That if it's predominantly tuna, you're gonna say no. Right.
If it's not even predominantly tuna, if it's any percentage of tuna that I can identify, if you're like, yeah, it was in a bowl that had tuna in it first, I'd be like, I'm probably not going to eat that tri-tip or whatever.
Oh, well, I mean,
that's
a
disgusting.
terrible. That's terrible. Anything, don't use a tuna bowl to make something else afterwards is just a good rule of thumb.
I mean,
but
you understand what I was saying.
Yeah. Even the hint of fish is
I don't
not
think it's that
up your
weird.
alley.
You know, like
There's some, I've known some people in my day that don't like seafood.
Some people don't like certain foods.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm very picky, so I feel that, and I'm not ever going to encourage you to eat seafood.
Oh my gosh!
When you
so
tell
much.
me that you don't like seafood, okay, cool,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, like all growing up, you know, it was always a thing.
Mm-hmm.
My mom really likes certain fish,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I knew I was in trouble when she was just like, "We're having fish for dinner,"
Oh shit.
because I like it, and fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say fuck you, with
But
her words,
right. Right.
Yeah, just, you know, it's not for me. I like going to sushi and having like
Teriyaki
non-fish
chicken.
sushi, yeah, or like veggie rolls or something.
Uh-huh.
You know? But you know, I like the seafood culture.
Okay.
Sure.
You know what I
Sure.
mean? But
Do you
don't
like to
drink-
fish?
I do like to fish.
Okay.
So
Catch and release.
I like to know people that like fish. So I like
Mhm.
to interact and rub elbows with those folks.
Sure.
You know,
It's like golf.
yeah. I like to see people enjoy fish. I just don't like to taste it or smell it or see it.
All right. Well,
I get legit mad if I go in the break room at work and somebody has had fish in the last hour before I got in there.
Yeah.
I think that's an offensive.
well, especially they're probably microwaving it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's
There's
pungent.
a proper etiquette to eating seafood.
Yeah.
There is. Because that is a more offensive food to some people.
Yeah.
I feel like not liking seafood is
It's a common
enough
yeah.
thing.
I mean, I guess if you're like a vegetarian and no, I feel like vegetarians probably like the smell of bacon too.
Oh, sure. I know vegans and vegetarians who
It probably drives them
desperately
fucking
miss
crazy.
bacon.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Okay. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's a unique.
Mhm.
Do neither one of you have like a bugaboo for a food group that everybody?
I mean, I've said before I don't like
Is bugaboo a word?
bugaboo
Sure,
is
it's
a word.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you used it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just like, it's not like a slur.
No,
It's like,
you're good.
Like, watch out for those fucking bugaboos.
Damn bugaboos.
Go back to where you came from, fucking bugaboo.
What's that seed? Caraway. I don't like anything with
Fennel?
caraway in
I'm
it.
not-
Oh, I don't like it
yeah.
either because I haven't even heard of that.
I don't like fennel. Like fennel is in a lot of
Sausage.
Italian sausage, especially.
Uh-huh.
It's big in Indian cuisine too.
It's a seed spice.
It is.
So
I don't
is
think I've ever
caraway
eaten
is a
It's a
seed.
very strong scent.
Mhm.
You'd know it if somebody handed you
For me, fennel tastes
some
a
fennel.
lot like anise. I don't like it.
You can't explain a thing I don't know about with another thing I don't know about.
Okay, anise is the flavor of black licorice.
Oh, okay.
Get in like Thai food a lot.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah, and that's an offensive flavor to
What
a
do
lot
they
of
do with it?
people.
They put it on like meat?
Thai food? They put it on
No,
like
the-
goddamn
seeds, the
everything.
fennel?
The other one, the black licorice.
Oh, anise?
Yeah.
That's in all sorts of stuff.
I'm saying if you buy Thai food, if you eat Thai food, it's in a lot of different
It's a
things.
seed too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
Thai
know
food a
it's-
few
yeah.
times. I enjoyed it. Maybe
It depends
subtle.
who's making it, how strong they put it in there.
okay.
But fennel, I mean,
We should have an
you like
episode
fennel.
where
If you like sausage,
We should have an episode where we like eat across the world. We should eat like
yeah,
different shit.
we should do a TV show
Count
about
me out
that,
on that. I'm too
or a
big for that.
YouTube show on that.
Yeah, I don't like most things, so it'll be fun.
It'll just be me
It'll
eating
just be you
everything.
eating and us roasting you.
That's gross.
Oh god, you microwave fennel. Just like the bowl of fennel.
Pour some milk over it.
I really just like cilantro though.
I love cilantro. I heard that's the case with cilantro though. Is that you're allowed
I
to
have the
hate it.
gene.
Is that a thing?
That is
ever
a
since
thing.
23andMe came out, everybody knows all about that
I
shit.
heard this on NPR, so it's legit.
No, I believe you. I've also heard it on many
Sure.
shows.
I think Sherman taught me that one.
Yeah, but just like everybody's all of a sudden got this insight.
Yeah.
That
their
felt justifying
biology.
to me.
Uh-huh.
I can't handle people grinding their teeth. I got the gene. I feel like that's just like a,
But
There's
that's
ones
not
just a
thing.
bugaboo.
It's just a bugaboo.
Uh-huh.
There's ones that are companies that do genetic testing just for like what foods you should be eating.
Oh, based on your genetic makeup.
Yeah, I looked for one of those like mail-in kits for that once because I was trying to do some adjusting, and they're very expensive.
Yeah, well, because they gotta drill down a lot.
Yeah, you gotta like poop in a box or something.
I think you just gotta like blow in a tube.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably
But they,
spit or blood or something.
yeah, but what they're
Both of which are on my stool.
pulling up is, they're going.
Yeah. I think
lot
that's
more
super
science.
useful information. Way more useful than like I've got the
Was your parents white?
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm 16% African. How are you 16% anything?
Well,
16? How does that math break down?
generations,
It
man.
goes back that far.
Yeah,
Yes, it just seems like an odd.
you can trace your ancestors' path
What is
across
16 divisible
across
by
the world.
that'll get you there?
No, my aunt took our genealogy back to the early 1500s.
Did it change her day-to-day life at all?
No.
Mm.
She's just uppity and has the money to do that. And yeah. But it's interesting to know. I mean,
No, it is interesting to know. I'm curious, but I'm like a little bit too.
It's a cool factoid to say Robert the Bruce was my 16th great grandfather.
I will use Facebook and Google and my phone for everything, but like if you're asking me to mail my DNA to a stranger, I'm like, that's where my line is. I'm just like, I don't.
Well, especially once you become some kind of serial killer.
I look at it more as like
They're
down the
on
line,
record.
they're gonna have my DNA on record, and like my insurance company is gonna be able to buy that information
Sure,
or something.
we've talked about that.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more like, in thousands of years, they're going to pull up those records and they're just going to be able to like spin you up from the grave as a ghost to tell them what you had for lunch on.
yeah, there's nothing they need to know from me.
Right.
I'm gonna be super obsolete like next Wednesday. My prime years are well behind me.
Well,
It's okay though. Can talk about it on the internet.
yeah. Oh, yeah, they don't even need to spin us up.
Yeah, we got a catalog.
Right.
They're gonna be like, these guys burned through all their good ideas, episodes 1 through 5, and then kept going for 45 more episodes.
This is it.
Yeah.
Season.
So I know we said we already talked politics, so I guess we should probably talk COVID.
Well, we talked a little COVID.
We talked a little COVID.
I told you get your shit
Yeah,
set up. My shit set up for Tuesday. COVID.
Nice. What are you doing? Like Walgreens,
CVS.
CVS?
Mm-hmm.
What's your guys' like intuition about how things are starting to unfold? It seems like things are opening.
I feel like things are getting too lax too quickly.
Doesn't it feel
personally,
quick?
For me.
It feels like it's been way too long,
Like, let's see how this goes.
and then all of a sudden they were like,
nah, fuck it. We're good.
Yeah, like
People are
everything.
getting vaccines now.
Back to school.
Yeah.
Open,
Yes.
You know, it's just like, wait a minute. Like, we're not
Yeah.
even going to put a toe in.
Where my kid goes to school, they are opening schools back up
Mm-hmm.
to a reduced number of students. And they're doing a hybrid schedule where Group A comes
2 on,
on
2 off or
Tuesday
something
and
like
Wednesday, and Group B comes on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
But you do still have the option to keep them home. And that's what we chose to do because it's still, kids can't be vaccinated yet. And
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's enough information out there to say that just because their teacher is vaccinated doesn't mean that their teacher can't be a carrier and give my kid some shit that's going to affect them years from
Well, I
now.
think-
Because we don't have that information either. Like,
We just have to, like, be on one side of it at this point.
yeah.
Because I think anybody with eyes can finally just admit that, like, all right, none of this makes any sense.
Right.
You know what I
This
mean?
is
Like,
unprecedented.
I just pulled it
our
up.
Generation.
21% of the U.S. population has received at least one dose, and 11.3% have been fully vaccinated.
that's
So I don't feel like it's time to open the doors.
Like, we're acting like we have herd immunity, and we don't yet.
right.
So,
Well, I think the politicians have been waiting for any. Well, probably specifically the Democratic politicians have been waiting for any like bit of good news that they could give people, because people were like getting really frustrated.
Yeah.
You know, like Gavin
We
Newsom's
wanna
got
get
this
back
whole
to-
recall thing mounting against him. Cuomo's getting torn down in New York over there. All these like national like folks for the blue side of things are like, please just give me something to like get my feet out of the fire.
the whole way around, this was just so mishandled. I mean, when you look at other countries who are done, like COVID is gone for them.
Yeah, but I mean,
This could have been handled a lot better.
sure, it for
in
sure could have
many
been.
ways.
But it's all that's
Right.
all behind us.
Yeah.
It's just like, if it gets bad again, I don't think they're gonna lock back down
Sure.
or anything.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, from that standpoint, I get why people are frustrated. And we've been in quarantine for over a year now. I get it. I'm ready to get back to regular life too, but I feel like it's jumping the gun.
It feels fast. But like I said, I'm going to the gym.
I'm staying home
I'm gonna
as
check
much
it
as
out.
possible. I'm doing very little.
Mhm.
Like, I'm branching out very slowly.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel you.
Yeah.
We're visiting a few more stores than usual.
Yeah. Still masking up. And I'm
Yeah.
going to keep my mask on even after I'm fully vaccinated, just because
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't hurt anything, is my thing.
Well, yeah,
Like,
And I don't want anybody to see my ugly face.
no, stop it.
So
I feel like I've probably developed habits that I'm unaware of from wearing a mask for a year. Just like giving people dirty looks and saying things under my breath and
Oh
shit.
my
Like,
God, I'm
I'm
so
gonna have to
glad
like
people can't
consciously work
see.
reverse course on, because it's just, you know, like I've gotten used to having my ghillie up over my ears at work so I can have an earbud in and shit. And, you know, like I got some shit I got to work on habit wise.
well, I mean, nobody's going to fault you for continuing to wear a mask for the next like 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Realistically,
I think there's going to be a segment of the population. I feel like we talked about this before too.
I may do that. Like mostly wear a mask in public.
Yeah, I mean, other countries do it,
Right.
particularly some
Right.
Asian countries.
You know what happened this year because we were all wearing masks?
The flu went away.
Nobody got the flu.
Yeah.
Nobody got the goddamn flu.
I didn't even get a cold this year.
Right. I'm like, I love it. This is like the last time I got sick was right before COVID happened. Like,
Same.
remember, like I got really sick
Yeah, we probably had COVID.
and I was like,
Might have
we
been.
were all worried I had COVID.
Mhm.
I haven't been sick again because my face has been fucking covered from all of these nasty people's germs.
Yeah, and then
I'm-
there's been other vigilant behavior, I'm sure.
Right. And hand
Sure, hand
sanitizing like a motherfucker.
Right.
Right.
And those are things that I'm going to continue doing even after
Right.
COVID. Like, the hand sanitizer doesn't hurt anything. And
Yeah,
I've
I'm
gotten into
against the
such
trend.
a
I stopped
habit.
washing my hands altogether.
Is that working for you?
Have you seen me sick?
Hmm.
Yeah, about 4 times I got real sick.
Okay,
I get pink eye every other week.
I
know
basically
some
stay
parents
having E.
who have
coli.
that, and that's
You know some
no.
parents that have pink eye?
No, that have that attitude of, desensitize them by introducing them to everything. And they are the filthiest children I know. And
Well, I mean,
Part of
I
it
have a
is
little bit of that
intentional.
attitude, but Becky doesn't as much, so it works.
Yeah.
no, both parents are
charge.
this way. And I'm like, in our neighborhood, it's a nice neighborhood, but we have surrounding areas where we have a large homeless population, and they're not the stable homeless. They're the ones who are sketchy and like,
Oh, they're not those.
clearly you've got
Upper
some
middle homeless. Got them.
problems. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Got those bugaboos.
There's a dude
We have an alley immediately in our neighborhood that we call Barefoot. That's where the drug addicts go. There, you frequently see needles.
I know exactly what you mean. Like, my neighborhood is like, I see this beautiful school across the street. The houses are all nice. They've got like mowed lawns and shit. And then like literally a quarter mile in one direction, there's just like the worst neighborhood in Stockton.
Right.
So would you let your child walk barefoot down that alley? Your 2-3-year-old child.
Once.
Just once.
Just one
to
time.
teach her a lesson.
Get her out of her system, maybe. Just watch her close. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's a different thing. I thought you were talking about like letting your kid like put something off the ground in their mouth.
Oh, they do. They do.
Well, yeah, so
they
does
have
my kid.
animals.
She picks up a toy and, whatever. If it's a donut, she's like, is this a real donut? Well, maybe not at this point. She's old enough now. But like when she was like 2, she'd be like, and I'd be like, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's off the ground in your house.
Yeah.
Right.
But
sitting your naked butt in like duck feces and pigeon feces and cat feces and rabbit feces.
I mean, if you're going to put feces anywhere.
Germ exposure to me. Like,
yeah, I guess near your butt is the best place for it to go.
Sure. I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I get what you're saying.
I feel like they've just gone extreme.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme. But only time will tell. I mean,
that's true.
These are the sickest kids I've ever had.
They just come outside.
Time shells every day.
They constantly have like green snot rockets. It's
poor kids.
Yeah, those poor kids. Yeah.
They'll probably rule in the apocalypse, though.
So maybe that's just the process of building immunity, and then they're going to be like super immune when they're.
Nothing can hit them.
And
I definitely wasn't like licking duck shit off of heroin needles when I was a kid. Like my parents like kind of let me out and just do things, and I feel like it worked out for me.
I ran by the 5-second rule up until the mid 2000s.
I was on a sliding scale for the whatever second.
Yeah, but I'm saying pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
I'm saying at school.
No.
How many seconds was directly linked to how delicious the food is? So if it's like, or how wet the food is. You can't.
5-second rule doesn't work when there's like dirt on the top of your pizza.
I feel like that's mental
like an M&M.
for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
anything hard and dry.
I'll pick up a foreign M&M. I'll be walking down the road. Is that an M&M? Oh, it's a skill. Yes. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. But like you drop a piece of pizza face down.
Right. Yeah.
Well.
Depends.
Almost
Depends what you drop it. I'm saying
if it's on the floor,
if it's on the floor in your home that's not that you recently swept.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I would do with that. I would pick up the pizza and throw the pizza away, but I would lick my fingers. That's what my.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that's.
Sure.
What if the floor was clean though? Like, moderately clean.
Then that's terrible pizza to begin with. If you could pick it back up in one piece.
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting that was my next question. How juicy, how cheesy, how messy is this pizza?
Right. I'm picturing a pizza like 7-Eleven.
Little Caesar's cheese pizza where it's like, did they put this pizza on or this cheese on in like a round, predetermined, it just doesn't move.
Just a slab.
Yeah.
It's like presses on there. Like,
3D printed pizza is the way of the future, man.
Yeah, 3D printers, man. I watched this whole thing on 3D printed houses. Spent about an hour of my life on YouTube figuring that out. Becky was actually like...
They're printing it piece by piece. They're not printing the whole house.
You
got to have a really big printer for that.
They're huge. They're like house-size printers that print with...
like it prints the
cement.
whole walls?
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
So they started out with obviously just like regular box rooms and then...
Build it up.
I've gotten more sophisticated since, but yeah, they're like these gigantic cement dispensing 3D printers.
Yeah. If you're going slow enough, it's drying behind it. Put the next layer down.
Pretty cool. I mean, they're at the point now.
Probably takes days and days.
I mean, I think it takes like a day, but the problem is it's still really expensive. So they're trying to get it cheaper, but it like will get cheaper. They're confident in this technology and all that. They just gotta keep at it, keep getting it faster and cheaper.
Huh.
To me, that's like the inevitable future, probably. You can build a home in a day, or at least like the
Should be doing
frame.
it out of fiberglass, wouldn't you think? Some kind of
What?
like goopy or something more. I don't know. Cement doesn't seem super recyclable or
Probably depends on the climate.
economic for me.
You know? It's just probably the easiest, cheapest thing that they can do right now.
Sure.
But yeah, it's gonna be cool. Pretty soon we'll be 3D printing everything. And then
We will be 3D printing our food within the next 20 years.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to
Just like Star Trek.
we'll just be eating ketchup or what?
Computer. Butter salted popcorn.
Computer, fake cherry pie.
And then it's like,
So much butter. 1.5 sticks of butter.
Well, I mean, if it could get Earl Grey for Picard, sure. Why not?
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys buy any NFTs lately?
No, we were actually just talking about that right before we started recording. I'm definitely going to start minting NFTs.
Yeah.
Is that right? NFT? Yeah, NFT. I'm going to start minting NFTs because it's hot. I started talking about it on here, and then by the time we got that episode up, it was all over on the internet every day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it took a week to go from Gary Vee sent out a text message to everybody to now we all are just talking about NFTs all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I still don't fully grasp what they are.
Yeah, me either. Of course not. I feel like that was obvious on the show.
Like I can explain them how I understand them, as I did on the show before, but I do not understand them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Me either. Moving forward,
Uh-huh.
maybe we're in the NFT business, maybe not.
Yeah. If we are, you'll see some ads for it soon.
If we're not, we'll just see the same shit.
Yeah.
What else, guys?
You got that's an edit. That's not going to be in the show.
All right, guys, we need to take a quick break. We're going to go recharge, get some steam, put some nicotine in George's brain, and we'll be right back.
Perfect. Check out our NFT shop, dangerouslystrange.com/NFT for pictures of Ben's bald ass head, but digitally manipulated and inserted onto the blockchain that you can buy for probably pretty cheap at first. But someday when Dangerously Strange is way famous and people are like, Benny David, that guy, he's amazing. And then you go, yeah, well, check this out. And you pull out your NFT wallet and you go,
This is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous conversation we're having. It's going to look so real that it'll probably just look like a photo of my face. So don't question it or look into it any further than that. So anyways, now that we all understand NFTs and blockchains and we figured it all out off mic, guys, we would clue you in, but
it's proprietary.
Yeah, all that. So we covered. I
think we hit all the points.
Yeah, we hit our sleepy president. We hit internet art.
Uh-huh.
We hit. I don't know if you guys are aware George has got a ponytail these days. That's pretty intense.
It's a good pony.
It's getting there.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Pony boy.
Are you gonna go the distance with it? Are you gonna keep going long? Or
yeah. I'm trying to have like a.
Trying to get longer hair than me?
Yeah, I'm trying to have like a braid. Like a long
Master Splinter.
Like a rat tail. Is that Master Splinter?
He does have a rat tail.
He does.
Because he's a rat.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he has long hair on the top of his head.
I feel like he's got.
He was bald on top.
Was he?
He was a rat. No, he was a rat.
All right. Well,
you guys are insane.
Steven Seagal?
No, he's a rat.
Yes.
He's just an old rat in a kimono. Like, he's not...
Jamie, look it up.
I'm...
That's our intern. It's our newest intern, Jamie.
Yeah, we brought him from the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, is that right?
Okay, yeah, he's a rat, but...
He's not bald.
No, he's not.
Okay, do me a favor. Type in Master Splinter ponytail. There's got to be a version out there to make me right.
Oh, like maybe like a flashback to when he was young.
So there's some where he's got like the
a chin ponytail.
Kinda,
Okay.
That's more. Yeah, like he had an extra tuft on his chin.
Let's try DuckDuckGo. No, I'm just kidding. we gotta figure this out, guys. We got
DuckDuckGo. What are you?
What?
Are you using DuckDuckGo because you don't want to get tracked by Google? Is that what it's?
No, I occasionally switch over to DuckDuckGo if I'm having trouble finding something with Google.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
Because it doesn't curate the search results.
It's
you don't get like a bunch of ads and shit. You get like more straight up shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not. I used to consider myself a technologist of sorts, and now you're just dropping knowledge on me.
I thought that was
DuckDuckGo.
Pretty common.
I didn't even know. I thought DuckDuckGo went the way of Ask Jeeves. Nobody fucking cares.
Well, I mean, it's certainly pales in comparison to Google in terms of usage, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But heard that somewhere that it did that, and then I tried it, and it seems to be true. It seems to be like if you can't find like some specific article or something,
right, have better luck on DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, if you get good keywords.
Huh. I'm good at searching, so I probably would enjoy that.
Give it a shot, man.
Might be my DuckDuckGo to.
DuckDuckGo, reach out. You can be a sponsor of the show. You can be the first real sponsor.
DuckDuckGo /dangerously strange to get 20% off every single search that you do on DuckDuckGo.
Boom. You heard it here first.
I didn't know anything about DuckDuckGo. Never heard of it until just like a few weeks ago when I joined Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's ads all over Twitter for it.
Yeah, maybe I'm in on your algorithm.
Yeah. You spying on me?
You better hope not, because shit's gross in there.
Yeah.
Oh, Duck gross.
Duck gross. Fuck go?
Fuck go. That's a website we should start. I'll get some money on.
Yeah, it'll be Pornhub, but just, pictures of my balls or whatever.
Okay.
Big money right there.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like OnlyFans is a little too on the nose for me. I got to go a little obscure with it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Be super niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're about to take us ball website. It's pretty fucking good. It's got this Bugaboo tab.
Nothing but Bugaboos.
No. I'm going to be really upset if that is like that. Let's just stop throwing it. Let's title the episode that and just see what happens on Twitter.
Yeah.
At the very least.
It's too close to Boogaloo.
Oh, maybe that is what I'm thinking of.
Boogaloo.
Boogaloos.
Those are the Hawaiian shirt Proud Boys.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I thought that was the face paint guys. No, that's Juggalo.
Juggalo. Right.
Oh, man. My word association's all fucked up.
Oh.
So the Boogaloos are Proud Boys?
They're like Proud Boys, but they wear Hawaiian
They're
shirts.
a lot more fun.
Yeah, they're like Proud Boys on vacation.
They're like casual Friday Proud Boys.
Right.
I like that. Okay. Good to know that if, I choose to go in the direction of...
It's gateway racism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just like...
It's a stepping stone.
It's just like, I'm 60.
Gateway racism. Oh.
Man, what was I talking about the other day with Becky where I was like, I feel like this is how it happens. We're slowly slipping into being intolerant and we don't even know it because we were like making fun of pronouns or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's how that happens.
Yep.
Like pretty soon our kids are going to be like, you can't say that in public.
When I was young, there was only him and her.
They're going to be like, oh yeah, well, like 4 years ago. Like Tuesday.
I think
it's so funny. All of that. My daughter gets really sensitive about that. My teenager, and she's so like in the face of it that she becomes intolerant of just like straight white men.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is funny to me. I have to like stop her all the time and be like, you realize what you're saying about this group of people, you don't want to be said about your group of people. And she's like, I know. All right. That's all right.
Yeah.
As long as you're aware.
As long as you know what's up. We'll figure it out. You still got some years until you're.
Yeah, but it's
too much
the
damage.
time to be saying that stuff about straight white men.
I mean, whatever.
As the group that's had it the easiest
Right. They deserve
throughout
it.
history,
I know tons of dope
they can
straight
take
white
some
men.
knocks.
I guess. I get it. I'm not,
Or they can't is more the point. Most can't handle it.
Yeah.
I think it's a tough road to go down when you start just picking and selecting.
Sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Sorry.
Trump and all his white straight friends.
Oh boy.
You really want to stir some shit. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Trump and George has said way worse about
Oh, sure.
Trumpies especially.
just screaming the N-word on the last show a bunch.
That's not
He edited it
accurate.
out.
That's not accurate.
Anytime you don't hear the N-word in our show, it's because George cut it out a bunch.
It's not.
Oh, you're so uncomfortable with this. It's great.
But no, I'm not a proud boy, not a boogaloo.
Not a juggalo either.
Not a juggalo. Don't say the N-word. Except sometimes
Except if they do something really bad.
No, but in a I really don't even say the N-word when I'm talking about the N-word
I don't
most
like
of the
saying
time.
it even in context.
You know. Yeah.
As recall of someone
Right.
else.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah. But as you all know, I have. So there's that too.
The best thing you can do in this moment is just
Stare at me.
let you keep going.
Just keep talking.
Keep telling us your thoughts on the N-word.
Y'all been there. Y'all been there.
I feel like we had a whole show about that.
Yep.
It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's where we really panned it out for me. That I don't even want to say it in a. Why can't I think of the word I'm trying to say in a academic situation? I'm not even trying to say the word academically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're all caught up on that.
Yep.
I guess look for
Go follow us on Instagram if you don't follow us on Instagram.
you guys. You really need to be following us everywhere, and also you need to be all caught up because next week is episode 50.
Big
50. It's a big deal. Started from the bottom. Now we're 50 more than that. 49 more than that.
2 years in the making.
2 years. It took us 2 years to do 50 episodes.
Yeah, but
My bad.
there was COVID.
Yeah.
COVID.
Whatever. You're right.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I don't think anybody's faulting us for that.
No, but we're back, baby. We're gonna have half a hundo. It's gonna be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Try to do something special. Maybe we can Skype in some of the old band or something.
Sure.
See what they're up to or something. I don't know. I don't want to make any promases, but we'll do something. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll do something. Maybe release some bonus on Patreon.
Yeah.
I've been making. I was going to say rejiggering and didn't just because it sounds offensive. But yeah, I've been. I took off stuff from the Patreon that we weren't doing. Did you know when you go on Patreon, it tells you how many you're behind? It was not fun to look at.
You're like, you're in debt, son.
Yeah, so we owe Serena just a big shout out for being our number one biggest fan. And
Number
then
one and potentially only at this point.
oh no, your brother, sister, your sister's on there still too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So shout out to her,
Shout out.
who after this episode is for sure going to stop listening if she didn't stop listening on the episode the day after she signed up.
Oh, they're coming out here in a few months. I need to get them on the show. She can give you a piece of her mind.
Dope. I'm into it. Look out for Nick returning to the show soon.
Oh, have you been in contact?
Yeah, yesterday I watched an episode of Jeopardy that if you go on Jeopardy on Netflix, it's the first episode that will play if you go press play on Jeopardy right now. And one of the contestants looked like Nick in 10 years. And sounded and had the delivery of Nick, too. It was very weird.
Interesting.
I got to pull this up so you can see this guy.
Dead air.
Yeah, we'll edit it.
Oh, wow.
It's Nick.
You are an asshole, by the way, for saying 10 years. That guy's like 65.
No, he's not.
What is Nick, like 30?
Yeah, I think this guy's just went gray fast. Because look how young he looks in the face behind that gray beard.
Disagree, dude. But save that photo because we're going to ask Nick his opinion on it.
I texted it to Nick.
Oh, okay.
That's why I started talking to Nick and told him, we had mentioned him on the episode, trying to get stuck my Nick going, which I never got around to talking about because we started just talking about Corona. But because Corona is winding down, I want to start getting lined up to be doing more.
I feel like Corona's taking a break between sets, but
yeah, but at the moment it's winding down and looks like it's eventually, sooner than later, going to wind down. And it'll be safer. At the very least, we'll be vaccinated to be going out in the world and doing stuff.
Doing things.
In the world.
Yeah, I wonder if that hombre that owned that stage still owns that stage. Because if he doesn't own that stage,
I think
we can see how much that stage is.
Maybe, but I think it only exists because he was owning it.
I don't think he actually owned it even.
I don't either, but I think he was in that space doing that thing.
Chaperoning.
I think he was the reason it was the way it was.
Oh, okay.
Or is.
Noted.
But I think that we should be looking into...
This is where we announce that George is going to start his stand-up comedy career.
Woo!
Look out for George, guys. Coming to your city this fall with an hour.
Oh, an hour.
An hour-long set.
That's going to be a lot.
Bunch of N-word jokes, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Dangerously Strange, episode 49. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Oh, God. No, but we should do some live stuff. Specifically,
let's get our sea legs back. I feel like we're getting there.
I'm saying not necessarily go on stage, but I'm saying going to events and stuff. I'd like to start trying to hit up.
Well, yeah, I would like
do
to
a PodCon, do a... Yeah. As those things start coming back to the world, I think that would be cool for us to be making connections in the podcast universe, aside from mutuals on Instagram.
All right. Sounds good.
And my 1 hour set will have 0 N-words in it. Just so everybody knows.
Copy that. Also, don't come to our show if you get the Johnson & Johnson shot. We don't want to deal with poor people. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Love you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
The Dangerously Strange podcast is a production of Dangerously Strange Studios. Our theme music was created by Rick Russell. Special thanks to Nikki Costa, Mondo Martinez, Bradley Church, and of course, Becky Stone. Thanks for listening.